What social barriers did you have to overcome?
I think number one, being a woman. I think in certain occupations there is a perception that is meant for men, only for men. Even when I started out as an attorney, being a female attorney, when I walked into court, oftentimes I was mistaken for perhaps, being with probation or being a secretary. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean that I can't be, and that I wasn't an attorney, and also a judge. Now that I'm a judge, I think historically a lot of times you had that perception that it was only for men, and most often, white men. But I'm so happy to see that we're improving and progressing, that it could be anybody sitting up there, including a person that looks like me and who's a woman.
I agree. Yes. Do you think the work is done in this field, or?
Absolutely not. You mean the field of what? Having more women in this field?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely not. There's always room for progress. I think it brings value when you have a woman in a field as well as a man. I think it brings different perceptions. I think it causes people to be fairer, because what I know as a woman and how I perceive things are totally different from that of a man. So I come with different perceptions, different experiences, different backgrounds. I'm a mother, I have 2 daughters, and when I'm sitting up there judging, I have that behind me when I'm sitting there judging. A man can't have that. A man has the experience of being a dad or a father, if he is one. And so women are, I think, very compassionate and have a lot of passion, and I think that's a positive.
Yes.
So what personal barriers did you have to overcome in order to be where you are now?
Well, I grew up poor. I didn't have a lot. My parents gave me what they did have, but I always worked. Even when I was in college, and before I went to college, I worked. I had a part-time job. So my background was, you got to get it on your own. Nobody's going to give it to you. And so that's always been my mantra, just working to make it happen. And I knew that if it was going to happen, it was going to be because of me getting out there sweat. So in order for me to come and sit where I am sitting now as a state court judge, I put in blood, sweat, and tears. I got out there and I did it. And it's so much more rewarding and so much more fulfilling.
Absolutely. If you had the opportunity to be a superhero, who would you be?
well, I loved, when I was a child, you had the costumes, and my costume was Superwoman. I love that. I had a mask with Superwoman on it. I always saw myself as a Superwoman. And so that's who I would be. Superwoman. I think we as women, I think you are a mom. I don't know if you are a mom. I consider, moms as super moms.
Yes.
Super women, because we work. We have kids. When we get home, we start our second job. And then if they're sick, we don't get sleep. We're doctors. So I think we're super women.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
If you could look at a younger version of yourself, what words of wisdom would you give to her?
At a younger, perseverance, courage. Because oftentimes when you start and lead out to be the first of something, or you're going to try something that has not been done before, it's going to take courage, because you're going to get pushback, you're going to get discouragement, you're going to get negative feedback. So you got to be you have to be courageous, but you have to persevere. And I would always say, I can't give up. Can't is not an option. And that's what I tell my daughters. The word can't is not an option. You got to go, and you got to get it. So I'm expecting great things from them. Somebody asked my daughters, what do you think of your mom, her being a judge? They said it's stressful. They said it was stressful, because I'm expecting great things from them. But they have a high bar, and I'm happy that they do. But courage, keep courageous and perseverance.
I've definitely seen that perseverance in you.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
You have to have it, Sonia.
What words would you give my generation of women who are not only fighting for a seat at the table, but also may feel that we as a nation are going backwards?
I would not want them to feel that we're going backwards. I don't think we're going backwards. I think that we are progressing. I would tell them to be encouraged because even though it seems slow, change is not fast. It takes time. I would tell them to be patient, but I would also tell them to just persevere. You'll notice that's a word I use a lot. Just press on, press forward, persevere. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. And oftentimes you have to be your own best cheerleader because only you know what your desires are and what your goals are. And you're not going to take my goals and just enclose them as much as I'm going to do with Sonia. You know, what I want to do is going to be more important to me because that's what's in my heart. So I would just encourage people, your dreams, your desires, your goals, protect them, protect you, and just keep pushing and moving forward. Never stop, never give up.
Wow. Well, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to speak with us.
Absolutely. And thank you guys for what you're doing also. I'm happy to hear that you're getting the task force back up and going because that's a huge problem sometimes that we have here in Gwinnett County. And I know that it could happen on either side, you know, as a man or a woman. It's not right either way. But I'm so happy that you in the community, you have addressed this problem. You're not pushing it under the rug, and we need dedicated people like yourself and like yourself. So thank you. I know Sonia for a while. I've worked with Sonia, and I've met you too, but it's been a little while ago. But I'm so happy to see the women out doing something and just taking control of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.